Hey guys and gals, Nary here from Drake Queen Gaming. Some of you me on Twitter, The Gaming Dragon. Today I'm coming back at you another Let's Play episode of Tennis Ace Keikun's Path. So y'all, let's go ahead and just jump right back into it, shall we? Please sit back and enjoy for the next 18 minutes we'll entertain you. Let's jump right in. Alarm chain, you are up, and let's go. Alright. Keikun notices my sudden movement and walks up to me, examining me with a look of worry on his face. Oh, it looks like Ichigo's here. The three of us look out the window and see Ichigo's figure immediately getting mobbed by the three remaining members. Let's go. We should see what was the result of the negotiations. Yeah. And I wait till everyone's here. As soon as we walk into the recording booth, Ichigo's eyes fall on us. Ah, there you two are. Oh, and we have a guest too. Hi there, Michimaya-kun. Hi there, Minazuki. Sorry for the intrusion. It's no intrusion. If you're a friend of one of us, you're a friend to all of us. Ichigo-san, how was the meeting with Hirata? Keikun ignores all pleasantries and immediately asks the main question he's had on his mind. The Calico Cat smiles knowingly. It went well. He's agreed to speak with the other clubs that had approached him for a spot in the gym building. He says if he can sort things out with them, then he'll let us use it for our concert. Yes! That's awesome! I immediately cover my ears as the monkey's booming voice echoes inside the room. I'm not even the only one to do it. Hey, use your inside voice, you airhead. This is a closed, soundproof room. You don't have to yell. Sorry. His spirits immediately begin to deflate as he begins to get chastised by his colleague. The others in the room ignore the little show, focusing on their own conversations. Ichigo-san, I got you the book you asked for in my bag. Oh, thanks. Give it to me once we're done with the rehearsal for the day, okay? Okay. Hey, Kagaho? Sorry I'm late. Did things go well without me around? Not as well as I'd hoped. But I got case kitted to the vocals in your place while you were away, and that made things slightly better. Kagaho-san? Her eyes immediately turn to Keikun, a beaming smile on her face. Really? Oh, thank you so much for the help, Kei-chan. It was nothing. Also, please don't call me Kei-chan. I'll just go get changed real quick so we can get back to rehearsal. Alright. Try not to slip and break your neck in the bathroom. That would be one glorious way to die, wouldn't it? The Raven chuckles, crossing his eyes and looking her up and down with a raised eyebrow and a smile. It sure would be. I can already picture the newspaper headlines. You're too old-fashioned, Kagaho. No one buys newspapers anymore. I still do. Hence why I said old-fashioned. Anyway, I'll be right back. If you guys will excuse me, I'm gonna go outside for some air. Someone's cooking. Something smells good. Alright, we'll start again in 5. Make sure you're back by then. Sure thing. Keikun grabs my arm and leads me out of the room with him in a rush. Hey, what's going on? Nothing. I just need a little rebreather. Singing for them was really overwhelming. I can imagine. You still did good, though. I certainly hope so. One way or another, these are people who actually know about music. They're not just some rank amateurs that have no idea what they're doing. They're all good. You certainly have a way of being negative about everything. Sorry. By the way, what was that conversation between Minazuki and Kagaho? The whole slip and break your neck thing. Oh, that? They always joke around with each other like that. Not always that morbid, though. Sounds weird if you ask me. Like you have any room to talk. Look at how you usually joke around with Hirata Mizuguchi-san and I. I don't think I've ever gone that far with my jokes, though. You're only one step short of it, though. Hell no! Now you're the one laughing at my expense. Sorry, I just found it funny. Thanks for the help, though. Help? What if anything did I do to help? You have no idea how nervous during the time I was singing there. Still, talking to you helped me calm down a bit, so thanks for that. I still feel like I'm being thanked for not really doing anything. I'm just calling it how I see it. Anyway, we should probably head back inside. Have the 5 minutes already passed? I make a motion to grab my phone from my pocket, but Keikun puts his hand on top of mine and stops me. No, it's nothing like that. It's just that I've had enough time to recompose myself, so I think I should head back inside regardless. You're free to stay out here if you prefer it, though. Nah, there's no real point to that. I'd rather be inside with you. Plus, if my presence really is calming, then I can do some good while I'm at it. Thanks. We walk back into the club room, immediately being welcomed to the sight of the band amidst an enthusiastic discussion about what songs they should perform at the festival. Keikun and I spend the rest of the afternoon inside the control room, listening to their rehearsal whilst also chatting amongst themselves. Once we finally finish for the day, we all head back home, wishing each other a good night. All I know is that I now feel really excited about the festival for some reason. I really want to see them performing on a real stage. May 23rd. Ling ling. Yeah, one of my roommates is an incredible cook. It smells really good, whatever he's making. The area around the station is bustling with activity. Lots of noise and bodies to go around. Many students are heading home after class now, so the majority of this massive people is composed of them. For some reason, Keikan asked me during lunch hour to meet him here 30 minutes after class. I have no idea why he called me, but since he seemed to need help, I didn't hesitate to come. Yuichi-san, over here. I hear Keikan's voice calling from me from behind. Once I turn around and see the familiar white hair followed closely by a fox. Oh, Vic-kun, you're here too? Oi, I mean, yes. He's actually the reason I called you over today. He is? How so? He wanted me to help navigating through the city so he could buy a few things. He wanted to join the tennis club once the festival is over, so we're mainly going to be going to the sporting goods store. Even though his spoken Japanese is pretty good, he still has problems reading the kanji, so he wanted my help to know what's what. That's pretty nice of you, although I'm not sure why you called me over too. I think we've already established that I'm not very good at doing these sorts of things by myself, so I thought it'd be good to have you around in case things go wrong. Huh, is that so? Well, I'll be happy to help. Merci. Oh, that's thank you in my language. Still trying to get used to speaking in Japanese? Yes. I sometimes refer back to it out of habit. I'm starting to understand why you asked Keikan to help you with this. Yes, that's why I have someone else who understands me even if I'm speaking in French. Well, it certainly doesn't hurt to have a competent liaison. What about Alex? Is he going to be coming with us? After what happened the last time Keikan went out on his own, I certainly think he would. If I had any say in this, he wouldn't. What about... Don't worry, I definitely still remember what happened last time. I asked Alex to meet us at the store. Having a guy that big walking through this crowd would be way too troublesome. Oh, huh. You actually thought things through. Good to see you chose to err on the side of caution. What are you talking about? I always think things through, and I always err on the side of caution. Explain to me how you got robbed then. Go on. I'll wait. If you say so. Who's this Alex guy? Another student? Oh, right. You don't know Alex. He's, my personal bodyguard. Wow. You even have a personal bodyguard. I'd been told that you're rich, but I never thought you'd be that kind of stereotypical rich. I thought you hated stereotypes. I do. It's why this information leaves me so conflicted. Alex is a massive wolf who I'm pretty sure could bench press me with one hand. Wow, really? Damn. Yuichi-san, please don't make exaggerations like that. He's actually going to take you seriously. Oh, so it was just a joke. Shame. What's the problem? I mean, he is super tall and strong. Maybe, but I very much doubt he could bench press you one-handed. How about I ask him once we meet up? I'm not even gonna say anything to that. Aw, it's no fun if you just roll over and take it. I think that's highly dependent on the context of the situation. Please tell me that wasn't innuendo just now. Alright, I won't tell you. Are you mocking me? Damn, Vic-kun. Vic-kun has a sharper tongue than I realized. He is a fox, after all. What did I say about stereotypes? Alright, fair enough. By the way, shall we get going? The crowd over here is quite loud at this time of day. Yes, I think that's a good idea. I nod, making a gesture with my hand that tells Vic-kun to take the lead. He flashes me an appreciative smile, leading the way to the store. Here you go, Victor. This is the sporting goods store I personally tend to shop at. Oh, please, you only come here because I introduced you to this place. You used to shop online before that. That's irrelevant. Sure it is. I did recognize the kanji in the letterboard, so either I wouldn't have recognized that kind of store this was regardless. Good lord, that food smells good. I mean, let's be honest. If you look at the display case on the entrance, you can already see a bunch of sneakers, rackets, and balls. I'm pretty sure you'd be able to tell. Oh, I guess that's true. So you're basically saying that we were useless. Either that or Victor is clueless. Gah! Anyway, should we go look for Alex? Look, he's almost 2 meters tall. If he's inside, he's going to be standing out. Or he's going to be standing right behind you. What? The three of us jump in surprise at the sound of the wolf's deep voice echoing right behind our ears. Jesus, Alex, don't do that. You almost gave me a heart attack. If a man my size can sneak behind you, then I'm really not surprised you were pickpocketed. Thanks for the vote of confidence. Damn, you really are big. Alex's attention snaps to Vic-kun, his eyes looking the fox up and down with suspicion. Yes, I seem to be getting that a lot lately. Victor instinctively takes a step back, suddenly looking very unsure of himself. Alex, stop glaring at him like that. I have to make sure he doesn't represent a risk to you. For God's sake, Alex, he's a senior in my school. What kind of risk do you think he can represent? I can't know until I've properly examined him. Examined? Fox takes another step back. This kind of crap is why I avoid taking you with me when I go out. And yet, look how well that turned out. You got robbed. You're never going to let me live that down, are you? Not likely. If you two don't mind, I'm gonna show Vic-kun around the store while you guys bicker. Wait! Don't leave me alone with him! I lead Victor away, mostly to give him a break from Alex's intensity. Kei-kun quickly follows behind, and the ever-loyal Alexander accompanies him. What kind of gear are you looking for here? Well, I've never really played tennis before, so I'd need a good racket. Maybe a duffel bag to carry my things in, too. Do you have any sneakers, taping, clothing for you to practice in? I do have sneakers, though they're more like running shoes. And I should probably buy a few polos, shouldn't I? You don't necessarily have to use polos to play. Any sports shirts work. The fox studies the shelves carefully, gently touching the items to get a feel for their weight and textures. It definitely doesn't seem like this is his first time doing this kind of thing. You seem to know what you're doing. Well, yeah, I told you I used to play badminton in France. I'm the one who chose all the gear I used back then. That makes things easier. What led you to come to Japan, of all places? As if he only just now remembered Alex's presence in the room, Victor yelps and jumps where he stands, surprised by the larger male's voice. Damn, you really terrified him. Me? What did I do? How can you be that clueless? Alex frowns, looking down at Kei-kun with confusion. It's fine. I was just a bit surprised, that's all. The fox takes a few deep breaths to calm himself. Suddenly, looking up and into Alex's eyes, he attempts to answer confidently. I wanted to broaden my horizons, immerse myself in a different culture, and I've always been curious about Japan, so... Alexander nods to his words as if he were silently approving of his reasons. What about you? I mean, you don't look Japanese, and your name definitely isn't Japanese. I got a job here, he responds dryly, leaving a lot to be desired in his answer. Alex has been working for my family for years. I don't quite know how he ended up in our employ, but he's been my personal butler and bodyguard for a long time. The wolf nods in agreement. Damn, so you guys have known each other for years then? I've watched Keisuke grow, yes. He's probably the closest thing I have to a childhood friend. How long have you actually known Alex for? You never really specified. All you ever said is that it's been years. I've been working for the Urushihara Corporation for 9 years. I began my employ right after I turned 18. What, really? Wait, then you're only 27? Yes. Why? How the fuck are you younger than me? No way! You're so large and bulky and mature looking. You look more like you're in your late 30s. No, I'm only 27. I'd appreciate if you didn't treat me like some old geezer. It just pleases me. Understood. Stop laughing at us. Sorry. It's just, I can't believe you guys thought Alex was that old. Give me a break, okay? I mean, just look at him. He looks way too mature to be in his late 20s. Well, sorry to burst your bubble, but he's telling the truth. He's not that much older than us. He's still 10 years older than you, though. Maybe, but I grew up with Alex. There's no one I trust more in the world. Upon hearing those words, a small smile makes its way into Alex's face, his tail beginning to sway sideways ever so slightly. But then again, I think I'm the only one who noticed it. I appreciate it. You're welcome. So, Victor, do you have your eye on anything in particular? Well, I know nothing about tennis rackets, so I'm gonna need some help with that. I think I'm gonna buy some new shoes, too. Kei-kun can help you with the rackets. He's far more knowledgeable on those than I am. On the other hand, I can go around giving you my recommendations for those shoes while you guys check the rackets. Oh, really? That's super nice of you. Thanks. No problem. What's your shoe size? In Europe, I'd be a 41. I don't know if you guys have different sizes here in Japan. No worries. I'll look it up on my phone and see if there's any conversation that needs to be made. Conversion that needs to be made. I'll be right back. I walk away from them to browse the shoes on display and check out which ones I'd recommend for Vic-kun. Excuse me, I immediately notice Alex following me around the store. Spinning around on my heels, I turn to look him in the eye. You do know Kei-kun is over there, right? He nods. I'm aware. However, he already has someone with him, meaning that he's safe. You, on the other hand, would be walking around alone. This is a sporting goods store 2 blocks away from the station. I think I'm safe in here. Still, it doesn't hurt to keep my eye on you. Why, though? I'm not your boss. True, but you're someone important to him, meaning that your safety is also important to me. I think you're taking your job way too serious here. The wolf shrugs, continuing to follow me around. You sure it's okay to be walking with me? What if something happens to Keisuke? Like I said, he already has someone with him. He'll be fine. Besides, if something happens, I can still keep my eye on him from here. It's not that big of a store. Does this mean you trust Vic-kun won't do anything to him? Not yet, but I choose to give him the benefit of the doubt. Well, aren't you altruistic? He smiles, shrugging once again. I continue to walk around, checking all the shoes that catch my eye and making sure to read their specifications. So you and Kei-kun have known each other for 9 years, huh? Yes. How did you end up working for his family so early? I mean, you were just 18 and you weren't even Japanese. I was recommended to the position by my former teacher. He had ties to the Arushihara Corporation and showed them how competent I was. Oh, that sounds easier than I thought it'd be. Alex shakes his head sideways, looking down at me with a half smile. Make no mistake, it was still incredibly difficult. They were very keen on testing me to make sure I was good enough for the job. I was to be the personal bodyguard of the company's only heir, after all. I hadn't thought of that. Still, things worked out well in the end. Keisuke and I bonded over time, and they chose to keep me in the position because of it. No offense, but his family isn't exactly nice. I'm surprised they chose to hire someone who treated him well. I thought they'd want someone who'd make him miserable. He chuckles, shaking his head in negative once again. They can be difficult at times, but making the sole heir of the company miserable would be in no one's best interest. I guess. I certainly faced my fair share of discrimination when I first started at my job. Most of the servants working at the estate are much older than I am. They were mistrustful of me when I first started. I've only ever interacted with you and one other butler when I visited, so I don't really know what they'd be like. The other butler in question is Kuroda. He was one of the few people to treat me cordially when I began working here. Has he been with the family for a long time? Much longer than I have. He's worked for the company since Keisuke's father first became CEO some 20 years ago. Wow, that long, huh? Alex nods. Why the sudden interest in it? Are you planning on becoming a butler once you graduate? Hardly. I've already had my career decided a long time ago. Yes, Keisuke tells me you're quite talented. He believes you'll become a world-renowned athlete in the near future. What? Really? Oh yes, he's been trying to convince his father to offer you a sponsorship before you make your debut. He says he wants to help you once you do. Alright guys and gals, I'm going to go ahead and pause it right here and go see what the roomie is cooking up. Anyway, y'all, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, leave a super thanks or a tip if you can, it always helps. Until the next video, I love you all. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!